MPs, and many came and left during the questions and answers. So I'm grateful, and I'm grateful to God for making this work and for making this possible. If there is one favor, one tangible thing I can ask, especially the honorable members who are here or who came, and even those who left, if you can tell them, it is one thing. You have to take quick and definite, specific action against Marie Stopes International. That is the one thing that would make me really happy and know that this was not in vain, that anything that we spent or effort or time or money spent on this event, that it didn't go to waste. You have to get this organization and you have to speak about them like they are an enemy organization living among you. Take them to Parliament floor, do a motion, whatever it is that needs to be done, I'll tell you, because Kenya has done something against them recently. They had problems. Niger Republic, at least as far as we know, they are still in suspension in Niger Republic. Zambia has also worked against them. The African countries who have woken up to the devices of this organization, this British organization, by the way, have acted. Even in the UK, they have had problems. You have to do something about this organization. The press can write about it. I know they're going to come after me, but I don't care. But the thing is, these people are in African countries and they are working against African lives. And I am not ashamed or afraid to say that they are not supposed to be in any African country.
Marie Stopes is a foreign organization. They are destroying Africa. They are destroying us.
The documentary has been seen at the British Parliament, and we begged them to stop giving money to Marie Stopes. But do you know that they gave 77 million to Marie Stopes only a few months ago? 77 million that wasn't part of the budget. They just gave it as a gift for them to work in Africa, to do more sexual and reproductive health in Africa. So do something. Do something, I am begging you, honorable members of Parliament. Your constitution, of all the constitutions within the African continent, the Ugandan constitution, I respect with my whole heart. Why? Because that is the only African constitution that I've traced anywhere at all that has any provision for the unborn. It is the only constitution on this great continent that has the word unborn applying to the constitution. No other person recognizes the unborn. Kenya did something about life starting at conception, but the constitution of this wonderful country, this country that is the pearl of Africa, shows that it's really the pearl of Africa by the recognition of life, even life at its earliest stage, within your constitution. So you should be leading this charge. You should be leading this charge. I will go later to my own country, Nigeria, to beg them to do the same thing, because Marie Stopes is in my country as well. But I want to be able to tell them that the Ugandans, who are always there at the forefront of moral issues, I want to be able to say proudly and loudly that the Ugandans are fighting. The Ugandans are fighting, so must you. So thank you very much for having me. Thank you for making this the first premiere in Africa for Strings Attached to be shown. So this is a real honor and a pleasure, and I'm grateful and I'm glad, and I thank God for your lives. And I pray that God will continue to use you to save lives across this great country and by extension across Africa. And I am willing to cooperate with anyone here as long as we are working for the same end, which is really to continue to protect life and promote life in Africa. Thank you.
I remember when we were in Rome for the International Catholic Legislators Network meeting, in the first session, when Uju was on the panel, when she spoke, I got up and said, our biggest problem as African leaders is we think the West will solve our problems. And we fear to talk the tough things because we fear being denied visas to travel to the US, to travel to the UK and all these other, posh countries. And that's why some of us fear to call the spade a spade. And we are always massaging. We massage. And we think that everything that comes in white color is just the best. We are worshiping them. And that is exactly what Strings Attached is telling us about. As African leaders and as Africans, we must value ourselves. And I remember after I talked, this is what Congressman Jeff said. He said, as Africa, if we don't determine what we stand for, our future will be determined by the West. And I remember he said, Lucy, if anyone denied you a visa because of saying no to the values of the West, just give me a call. So we have people out there who are with us. We have people in the West who are with us. They are not happy with what is happening. By the way, there are people who think Trump is such a terrible leader in Africa. But I must say, I think Trump is God-sent. Some of us who have had his ministers, because when we were in Rome, the last session that we had after our prayers on Sunday, after lunch, the Minister for Finance in Trump's government made a very, very serious revelation. And for me, that was an indication that Trump, the president who is known to be unserious, is actually God-sent and is for Africa. Let's make Africa the continent that we want to live in and we are proud of. We can actually wipe away this suffering. As the Catholic Parliamentary Caucus, pro-life caucus, we don't have any money to call such a meeting. After we launched, we didn't do much. With the help of Sean, we were trying to get friends who think like us, a pro-life caucus in the US, but we haven't gone far, and we haven't done any activities. But she has 100% sponsored this meeting. Uju, out of her salary. Out of her salary. I needed to make this very, very clear. She got her air ticket. She's paying for her accommodation, including Emmy's, her assistant, to come here to talk to us. And I don't take this for granted. And she has challenged me that perhaps I also need to put more. Personally, I need to dig deep into my pocket to make sure that I do what I intended to do or what we intended for this caucus to do. Because if we compromise anything simple, definitely we're going to get donors who will run to us and say, you know, we're going to fund this, but with these conditions, we will not go far. So Uju, thank you so much for this big sacrifice. And I will continue to pray for you that God will refund whatsoever you have spent for this, but refund it in a way that the seed that you have planted today in our hearts, in our minds, will continue to grow and flourish. So for me, that is it may not be the real money that is refunded to you. I know your prayer is that whatsoever seed that you plant grows. And that is what exactly we will try to do. What I want us to do as the Uganda team is to look out for who is doing what in regards to pro-life activities. We have Stephen here, we have Father here, and so many other people. We have scattered activities. How do we come together and do it the Kenyan way and put pressure? Because single-handedly, I will not do it, I can't deceive you. But if we come together and put pressure, I am sure we will achieve something. This is not going to be about me, it's not going to be about you, it's not going to be about Father Pio or Stephen, but it's supposed to be about all of us. So if we put our hands together, I am sure we will achieve this. And we don't want your effort, your sacrifice to go to vain. You have strengthened us as a caucus. And I hope from this, we will come up with more activities that will help us. With this, I thank you, and I end here.